I'm Fredrik Leilani, and I'm the filmmaker.
And I'm Leilani Farha, and I'm the advocate.
Hello, advocates. This is Pushback Talk, and this is our, the way of us keeping alive, putting words to each other, and we call it word food. Let's play with words, Leilani.
I have a food word for you.
Entrecôte. No.
Doughnuts.
Donuts. That's something extremely American.
Oh, is it?
And there is a hole in it. And I guess also Canadians. But
Yes.
it's like, the question with the donuts is, what is the sales pitch? Is it the hole or is it what surrounds the hole? Is it the void in the middle?
You pay for the void. We're all paying for the void.
So, yeah, donuts, now for me, that's extremely American. So I guess I will offend some part of our audience if I say that I'm not so much into donuts. It feels like this kind of greasy, unhealthy something. But
Have
one
you
thing
ever
I can
had
say,
an artisanal donut?
yeah, maybe I've had, but now, of course, I mean, if it was a hipster donut, I would be there, of course, because I love hipsters. You know that.
With
love
third wave coffee, a hipster donut with a cortado.
Yes.
You're there,
Yeah.
Fredrik.
Right, of course. And then it should be artisan gin with artisan tonic. And,
There you go.
And then ecological lemon squeeze on top of it. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Well, so donuts, they're certainly Canadian as well as American, or it spread to Canada. I don't know where although there's, in French, beignet, I think. So maybe it is a Canadian thing as well. Truth is, my partner is Australian, and he came to Canada to do a master's in law.
Masters
and
in
I would
donuts.
like to think that the reason he stayed in Canada was me. But I think if you really press him, it might have been the donuts. He said in Australia, they didn't have donuts the way we have donuts in Canada. Like donuts were this crappy, greasy thing that you're talking about. And then he came to Canada and he experienced a real, fresh, doughy, top of the morning donut.
So now you're turning this podcast into some kind of a marriage counseling. So
Yeah, maybe. But
my dear, you have to tell your husband that he also needs to say that he loves you.
Yeah.
He can do it with a donut in his mouth.
Right. Exactly. While we share a donut, he could tell me.
Yeah, right. You can take the void and he can take the donut.
Yeah. I get the void. But I'm going to challenge you on donuts being North American, because I'm going to show you this and I'm going to say it out loud for those who are just listening. What about donut economics? Do you know about this?
No, because now we're back to the hole, I guess, the void.
It's a very famous book by Kate Raworth. And I mean, I won't go into, in a very short podcast, I won't go into the details about donut economics, but the idea is very different than neoliberalism. And it's very much about local and keeping money local and keeping money circulating. There's the donut, circulating within your, within certain parameters. And so there are cities that are adopting the donut economics theory. It's not different than, what's these movements, 100 kilometers or whatever, where there's a name for that. I can't remember it, but it's not so different from that.
In Italy, it's called Chilometro Zero. Yeah, in Italy.
Right.
Yeah, it's local grown.
Yeah. But I'm surprised you don't know this book, Donut Economics.
No, I've heard about it, but I wouldn't
very, very famous.
I wouldn't brag about that I've heard about it.
Right. But the idea, it's very similar to human rights, too, which is where the economy should be producing human well-being, not wealth for multinationals and billionaires, basically. And that's, nice to think about on the heels of, we're recording this just before Davos, our favorite event, yearly event. So that's what I think of when I think of donuts, to be honest.
So we can also call it the donut resistance. The donut economic resistance.
Exactly.
I remember that The Simpsons, that's like
Yes.
a very good American show, they have a lot of donuts also. So
That's true. In fact, my local trendy donut shop, which is called Susie Q Donuts, and I'm going to give them a shout out. These donuts are really out of this world. We eat them on New Year's. They have one that's called something related to The Simpsons. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe the Bart? I don't know. Delicious. Has sprinkles on top.
oh, colorful sprinkles. Yeah, that's
Colorful
nice.
sprinkles, yes.
So thank you very much for sending me donuts, even if it's just...
I'm giving you the void. I'm sending you the void.
Okay, that's best for my diet, I would say. So
Yes.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, well, I will send you something your way.
Yep.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Polar.
Polar. Well,
You
in
can
this
you can
part of
combine
the-
it. Yeah.
Yes. Well, in this part of the world, we talk about polar. I live in the north. Maybe not as far north as Sweden goes, but anyway, I live north. So we talk about polar bears. I've never seen one, but they seem amazing. Those big white bears. And we talk about polar vortexes. Do you know about this? Polar, it's a weather system. And what it means is, and block your ears if you don't like swear words, it's fucking cold. And it comes, I guess, winds or something from the north. And we go into this polar vortex of deep, deep freeze. It makes me exceptionally unhappy. Although I do sit by the fire while we're in the midst of a polar vortex, which is cozy and lovely.
But then we have your southern neighbor who wants to include a polar territory into theirs.
They sure do.
They want to steal another land. Like it's colonialism all
Steal
over
or
again.
buy it, Fredrik. Steal or buy it. Unbelievable.
It is
Greenland, for
actually-
those who don't know, Greenland is what we're talking about.
Yeah. And by asking for Greenland, they push polarization.
Oh, wow.
And that's, of course, the big thing for Trump is to polarize.
Yes.
That's his energy.
Yeah.
He's taking on the Federal Reserve, he's taking on Denmark, he's taking on everybody except then the Israelis or somebody else. But he's taking on, and he takes on Minneapolis, he takes on Los Angeles. He creates this kind of constant conflict. But you could also add to polar a bi, bipolar.
Oh, yes. Never thought of that. Bipolar. As in the psychological condition, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've known a few bipolar people in my life. It's a very serious psychological condition and complicated for people who are bipolar because, as I understand it, there are medications that can mitigate some of the characteristics and symptoms, but the medications make you feel not like yourself. And so one person I knew who was bipolar was on and off his medications for that reason. And it was complicated for him and the people around him.
So, of course, a lot of good people could be bipolar.
Absolutely.
So it would be horrible to call Trump bipolar because then we will kind of, compare bipolar people with Trump because his disease is worse than that, I guess. But I'm just playing around with polar and polarization and Greenland and the state of the union.
Well, if we go back to the idea of Trump being the ultimate actor in terms of polarization, I mean, I guess this is characteristic of me, but I always like to imagine the mindset of different people, different actors. I mean, I do that a lot with my work on housing. I'm always thinking like, how do these private equity people think about home and people and tenants? And so the same with Trump. How does he think? How does it make him feel to be this polarizing instigator and character? And my sense, sadly, is that it's not that he pays a price. I don't believe he pays a price for his actions. I think he's giddy. I think he's like, look at what I'm doing. Look at the shit I can stir up. I'm amazing. I think that's...
Oh, he's totally full of himself.
Yeah.
In a way we haven't seen before. Because he is like this a silly clown in many ways. But then I wouldn't talk badly about clowns, so it doesn't really apply anyway. Because clowns are doing a great job.
Shout out to clowns, yes.
And I couldn't call him a pig because pigs have some kind of dignity also. I mean, so it's complicated to name what he is, but we could maybe agree that we don't like him.
Agreed.
Are we good?
Thanks, Fredrik.
Thank you, Leilani. See you next week.
Yeah.
And to friends, if you want to support the podcast, send us some money on Patreon. It's not bad. Patreon.com, Pushback Talks. See you.
See you.
Pushback Talks is produced by WG Film. To support the podcast, become a patron by going to patreon.com/pushbacktalks. Follow us on social media at make_the_shift and push_the_film. Or check out our websites, maketheshift.org, pushthefilm.com, or breakingsocialfilm.com.